Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to Too Transparent Tasha. I'm your host, Tasha. I do want to say and wish everybody a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, one of the greatest people of our time. I also want to mention, if you do know your history, his birthday was actually on the 15th of this month. 1929 is when he was born. My boyfriend had to tell me because I definitely forgot, but I love him so much because my baby is on it, especially with this kind of history or anything that's concerning our culture. Anyhow, I will be going to go on from where we last left off. I'm not going to hold y'all and let y'all know when it ends, when them 10 minutes is up. So here we go. 10 minutes starts now. All right. So as you know, when I last left off, it was me noticing some things that I didn't particularly like or agree with. Honestly, I think that's for anybody's relationship. Whether it's, I don't know why I'm about to say a legal relationship. Whether it's a legal relationship, meaning in my terms, no one's cheating or whatever. Or an illegal relationship that you know you did wrong, you cheating on your spouse, your girlfriend, and maybe the other person is too. Whatever. But when two people get to know each other more, when they're talking to each other more, they're trying to find out a little bit more things about each other, you find out things that you didn't know and that may interest you about them. And then you find out some other things that you probably do not like that may annoy you or that may be a little bit of an issue for you. It depends on what thing you like or what's like a red flag to you. So I always say to myself that in order to get to know a person a little bit better, live with them. Though we never got to the point of living with each other. But when you living with a person and y'all both finally get to like be under the same roof and come from work or school, whatever y'all do, and it's a routine schedule between your household, now you see how they're living. You see the bad habits, the good habits. You notice the little things that kind of irk your nerves or the things that may irk their nerves. So, and what I'm saying is, every now and then I would notice in our conversation that he'll be saying some things that just fly off the wall. I'll be like, where did that come from? Another thing that also would get me and be like, yo, he really like doing it. While we're on the same call, or if it was another call, he called maybe sometime after that or whenever, he'll be pretty much disrespecting his spouse. They have an argument, and he over here calling me so I could hear the whole thing. That's what it was. And I'm like, dang. And I mean, you wouldn't just be like, some little short thing. It'd probably go on for a minute, and I'm just like listening in and stuff. Like, dang. But, while I'm listening, I'm like saying to myself, it seemed like he liked me more than he liked his own wife. Stop that right there. Okay. Talking to any woman, to any man, I'm just talking to all of y'all, all of our, genders, whatever y'all want to call it. Anyway, let me tell you, if that wasn't a red flag right there, that means that I was already foggy in the brain, clouded with judgment, or bad judgment, not noticing that, what if that same thing happened to me? Even though it's happening to her, why in the world am I thinking that since he had to get me because she wasn't doing what she had to do, what makes me think that I might not get the same treatment? But at that time, I was like, oh, he ain't gonna do that to me. I was sadly mistaken for sure. Because time went on, nights that he wasn't feeling the greatest as far as emotion-wise or butthurt about something or stuff didn't go his way, he'd be drinking, you could tell. And then he'd come out his mouth and talk to me like he would talk to his wife. Talk to me like that. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Like earlier you were You were cool. We were just having a great conversation. Like, what happened? You know? And then it's like he turned bipolar. Like, you know, he mad at the world, including me. Like, why are you looking at me like I'm your enemy? Seriously. And why are you disrespecting me like that? I don't deserve that treatment. Right? But that's how it was. That was one of the things I brought up to him. He would apologize and, you know, sound very sincere. But it kept happening. Kept happening. I'm not saying it happened every night, but it happened throughout the month. Sometimes almost throughout every week or two. Whatever. Maybe not every single night, but it was a habit that was not a great factor for me. But I would brush it off like it's a work in progress and it's just a quick fix. That's another thing that fucked me up right there, was that me having that hope and trying to string this relationship along. Anyways, another thing with men. Men sometimes just as much as, you know, I hate to say it, but they about the same as women. Only in this sense. They can't hold water neither. Just as much as women are conniving and they love talking junk, so do men. This person that I was having that situation with, or that relationship with, I had told him, and we had agreed that I didn't want no one to know. I didn't want anybody to know about anything about us as far as us doing what we do, or, excuse me, I'm sorry, or just being like, you know, seeing each other secretly, whatever. Here it is. Here you go. I already got somebody that he knows really well. He introduces me to him. And I'm like, and of course, and he already saying, he was like, you know, the one I told you about. I'm like, what did we just talk about? What the fuck, nigga? Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, when a man gets that piece of booty, it is hard for them to keep that joker locked in. I don't know what it is about it, but they got to tell the world or some crap. I don't know, but it's just aggravating. And that was another red flag. You got someone that claims, oh, I'm not going to tell anybody anything. I'm good at holding stuff. I'm good at holding secrets. And you can't even do the simplest thing that I wanted you to do. I don't want nobody all up in our business, my business, you know, your business, you know, that just shows how much disrespectful he was. And if whoever's listening to this and watching this, that is how much respect they have for you, which is none, zero. Okay. But hey, if you feel like you okay with that, do what you do, boo. But eventually, once reality kicks in, and once you realize that you are holding on to something that is a lost cause, like the Titanic, you know, all I can say is I pray the best for you, but I hope you make the right decision soon and before anything else goes wrong, anything else goes haywire. Because that was crazy. I just couldn't stand that, like, for real. But anyways, you know, that was the main big things that would get me. And then eventually he called me the word I hate being called, especially by a man. Called me a bitch. And it was shocking because he never ever had called me that before. And of course, the person that he introduced me for, he said, you know, he gonna call you that. He is. And I said, no, he's not, because he's never done that before. I don't even deserve that type of treatment for him to call me that. I was so adamant about it. You don't know how, like, when you are like engulfed in a person or with a person, you believe in that relationship at that moment, you will defend it to the very core. And that's what I did. I defended that guy to the very core where he did not even deserve my defenseness, if that's a word, or defensiveness. He didn't deserve my time, my loyalty, or anything that had to deal with me, because he did not know how to treat it. It's the same thing is what's going on with anybody that's out there, male or female. You are giving that person the wrong treatment because they're showing you their cards and you are not being careful of what they're showing back to you. You're letting them go nonchalantly. Do not let them go. See what's going on and act on it and bounce. But that's what I wanted to make sure and just let y'all know though. But yeah, he actually called me that. He actually called me the B word. And it was such a shock to me. So my love of my life is calling. And and I'm about to tell y'all that it's actually about to be 10 minutes in a second though. But I'm about to let y'all know I will be leaving in a second, and that will be my 10 minutes. But anyhow, I will pick up from where we last left off because I'm gonna call my baby back. That's my baby. I gotta call him back. Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is please catch those red flags. Whatever relationship that you're in, and evaluate what the levels are, just like how they go through like a threat with the United States. What's the national threat level? You need to evaluate what that threat level is in that relationship of yours with that red flag. But again, please do your thing. Please follow me, subscribe to me, comment below. Very much thanks to you when you do. And also share my channel. Again, we all go through mistakes. And unfortunately, us good people fall into these type of mistakes that may be shameful. But I'm here to tell you how to deal with it in a way to where you don't have to be not forgiving yourself from it. That you can help somebody else out in the future with your story if you feel comfortable. But again, please call. Please call. But again, thank y'all so much for watching Too Transparent Tasha. Again, I'm your host, and I'll see y'all next time for the next story. Peace.